Be honest, are you stuck circling the same business decision, even if you've done all the research and set all the goals? You're not crazy. The truth is, you're missing these 3 hidden signals that are quietly sabotaging your clarity. And once you can spot them, you will finally start seeing the patterns that are holding you back. And that is the first step to getting unstuck and clear. Last time in episode 1 of the Clarity Crisis series, we talked about how even the smartest entrepreneurs can make the worst decisions. Not because they're not capable, but because intelligence alone can become a trap. In this video, we're going deeper, as promised, and I am going to show you 3 hidden signals that reveal when you're sabotaging your own clarity, even when you think you know exactly what you want. Let's get into it. Signal 1. I want to talk about should goals versus soul goals. This is our very first signal. Chasing should goals instead of soul goals. A should goal looks amazing on paper. I'm going to hit 500K. I'm going to launch that new program. I'm going to grow a big team. It sounds what success should feel like, right? What all successful entrepreneurs should be doing. But here's the giveaway. When you finally get that goal completed, you don't feel excited. You actually just don't feel anything. You're exhausted, but you're not fulfilled. And that's because the goal wasn't really yours. Now, you might be wondering, but Selena, don't we sometimes have to do things in business that we don't love? And it's totally valid. Yes, absolutely. Running a business involves hard work, and there are things we need to do that are not our zone of genius. But here is the distinction. A soul goal will still energize you even when it's challenging. A should goal drains you even though you achieve it. So let me ask you right now, have you ever hit a goal and thought, oh, is that it? And immediately jumped to the next one, still chasing some feelings? If so, that was a should goal in disguise. Comment below. Have you been chasing any should goals? Have you had that experience? Let us know. Happens all the time. Happens to me. The second signal is unconscious beliefs. Things like shame, imposter syndrome, fear of judgment. We touched a little bit on this last episode. Here's what's happening. Your unconscious mind obviously is wired to keep you safe. It doesn't like those uncomfortable feelings. It's trying to protect you. So it whispers things like, don't launch yet. You're not ready. I think you ought to gather more data before you make that decision. Heard those voices? Or even meaner things like, are you sure that you're the right person to share this? On the surface, things like waiting until you have more information might feel strategic. But underneath, it's nothing to do with the data. It's all about fear. Fear, which is now disguising itself as logic. And I know what you might be asking. Well, how do I know the difference between fear keeping me safe and intuition warning me not to proceed? Well, here's a simple rule of thumb. Fear usually feels heavy, constricting. Intuition is quieter. It's steadier. It doesn't have fear attached to it. So one of my clients kept rewriting that launch plan, remember, convinced she needed more data. But when we tuned in, she was terrified of being visible and then not receiving the feedback she wanted. So I put it to you. Do you ever delay taking action and tell yourself you're not ready yet? If that's true, drop me an emoji in the comments that sums up how you feel about that right now. Are you seeing these signals in your life, in your business? The final and third signal is ignoring your body's stoplight system. What? I made this one up, but it's what I do. All right. Your body is always giving you signals. Your body is always giving you signals. And this is a little metaphor I use all the time. I use it with myself, my clients, and even in my goal course at selenawoodward.com/goals. So sometimes I will write down what I am thinking or feeling, and then I will get my colored pencils out. And if it feels expansive, exciting, calm, grounded, it is green. If I read it and it makes me feel hesitant, stuck, or nothing at all, it's amber. And if it makes me go, ugh, I feel heavy, drained, constricted, it's red. And that reveals a lot to me. Now, here's the thing. A lot of entrepreneurs will say, well, I'm always in a state of anxiety. I'm running a business. I'm stressed all the time. So how will I know I can trust these signals? And that's a great question. My advice to you would be to start small. I'd test it on a 10K launch. Start it on something simple. Just journal. And does saying yes to that thing that you've journaled about start to feel green, exciting, grounded, wonderful? Yellow, I don't feel anything. Or red. Over time, the more you practice this, the more your body will learn to distinguish between excitement and nervousness, between green and amber red. So let me ask you, have you ever said yes to a client or a partnership or a product that looked perfect on paper, but deep down you knew it wasn't right and you later regretted it? If so, you've been ignoring your traffic light system. There was a red light or an amber light and you didn't pause. This is like an extension of what we talked about in the first episode. So drop me an emoji below if you'd like me to share more about this spotlight system in another video. Or you can head over to selenawoodward.com/goals right now and check out how we use it in our goals. Now, that's 3 different signals we've shared. So let's take a moment to celebrate, because today, having watched this video, you've just gained awareness of some tools to help you start spotting 3 signals that quietly kept you stuck. Which one resonated with you most? Comment below. Because this awareness is huge. It's the very first step in creating real clarity in your business. You are tuning in to your whole self. So pause, ask yourself, what came up for me as I walked through these signals? Did I notice a should goal popping into my head? Did I notice that? Did I realize that isn't what I want? Did I notice an old belief that's been running the show? Or maybe you've been ignoring your body's traffic light system. Which one is it? I'd love for you to share in the comments. What's one thing you noticed about yourself in your business as you listen today? Let's continue to grow your awareness. Because when we do, what you have revealed to you might be very surprising. And I know many, many people can relate to my experience and to your experience too. So feel free to share it. Now, here's the exciting part. Now you can see the signals. The next question is, how do you know which way to go once you notice them? What do you do next? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to share, of course, in the next episode of our Clarity Crisis series. We're going to explore how your body already knows what your mind is not really showing you, and how to finally trust those signals and lean into the clarity that provides. So don't stop now. Click right over to the 3rd episode in the series, in Clarity Crisis. It's hard to say that. And hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Let's keep building this awareness together. What do you reckon? I'll see you next time for the Inner Business Podcast.